Welcome back to Crash Pandas. This is episode 2. So if you haven't seen episode 1, I really do suggest you go and watch that one first, because some of this one might not make sense. You join us just as the first race is about to begin. Just a quick rundown of who the players are. We've got Josh, who is also the DM for a podcast called Dice and a Slice, a podcast about Dungeons and Dragons and cake. We've got Max, who runs a channel called Zadrim. We've got my friend Basil, who actually didn't have this with me for the last recording, but I've got it now, runs a channel called So Postbeat, which is about music and comedy and arts and togetherness and inclusiveness in art and sharing. I'm sure he can explain it better, so do check out his link in the description below. And then we've got Rhys, who has nothing to promote but is very happy to be along for the ride. As I say, in this episode we will begin the race. One relevant bit of information that you would need from the previous episode if you didn't remember, towards the end of it, Procyon slashed Flash Jordan's tyres. That may or may not become relevant soon after the race starts. I made some rules adaptations in this one, so instead of, as the game dictates, successes when you roll for how damaged the car is, I changed it to cool points, because that is what Sam Riegel did when Critical Role played Crash Pandas for charity a couple of years ago, and that video is hilarious. Do watch that as well, after you've watched this one, obviously. In terms of fixing the vehicle, I decided to make it so that they could spend cool points to fix the vehicle. One of the players, Raccoons, is a mechanic, so I ruled that they would have better success in fixing the vehicle. This episode does also include a suggestion from the creator of the game, Grant Howitt. I reached out to him on Twitter to say, can you suggest an obstacle for one of the races? Oh my god, I was not ready for what he said, but it worked so well, and I'm really happy that he got involved in a tiny bit, as well as writing and creating the whole game. He had a tiny bit of input in our game as well, which is lovely. So watch out for that. Also, just to warn you, there is some swearing and some more kind of slapstick, kind of like hideous if you think about it too hard, violence. So if you don't have a great constitution, you might want to be aware that there's some things, like it's very, very minor, it's not the whole thing, but there's a couple of moves that the pandas make that I'm going to stop waffling now, and we're going to rejoin the race with Chapter 2. So, as all of the racers now run into their cars, they're all taking their place. It's time for Chapter 2, Greasy Lightning. With all the cars... they get worse and worse, I'm sorry. With all the cars lined up, it's time for the race to begin. Frankie DiGiorno himself steps out in front of the line, flanked and guided by two scantily dressed women who are fawning over him for some reason. He raises his scrawny arms in his cheap purple suit and beckons for attention. Alright, bozos, listen up, it's time for the race. Even though you should all know by now, 1,859 races in, I'm going to remind you all of the rules for some reason. There ain't no rules. The first two racers across the line win their place in the final. The race starts when I fire this. And he pulls out a huge shotgun, which he had somehow concealed on his skeletal form, points it at the sky, and pulls the trigger. The race begins. All of the cars shoot off, and it's time for us to make our first driving test. Are you all familiar with how the driving system works, or do you need to?
I'd like to ask a question.
Go for it.
Get up.
Can I use my weight to contribute from the back?
In terms of the racing, it doesn't really have much of an effect. You're all working together, so you're all going to make...
So I still can, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah. So you're all going to be involved, yeah. Basically, you all need to decide on a number, and all the actions will happen simultaneously. So if you put a 1, that's to brake, and it reduces your speed by 1. If you put a 2, that's a turn left. It's going to be about 22.5 degrees because of the way the snapping system works on Roll20. If you put 3, that's turn right. If you put 4, that's use an item. You can do something with one of the items that you have. If you put 5, that's accelerate, so it'll put your speed up by 1. And if you put 6, that's miscellaneous action, so you can do anything else that you want to do. And you all have to decide without consulting, and then on a countdown, you have to show your numbers, and we'll go through them in order. Does that make sense? But at the moment, it's just an empty racetrack, but you get the
bloke with the shotgun gone, has he?
Oh, yeah, so... yeah, after he fires the shotgun, his two companions lift him up and just whisk him off the track. So he's nowhere around.
Well, I give to be that guy.
the crime boss
right.
of LA. Yeah. Flash Jordan, you can see her back tires are like pouring with smoke for some reason. Someone must have messed with them, so she kind of struggles to get off the line.
It's not cricket, is it?
So you guys need to make your first decision individually, and then let me know when you're ready, and we'll do a countdown.
Ready?
Ready?
Ready.
Okay. All right. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Show me what you got.
Oh.
A laptop. Okay. For acceleration.
We're going fast, baby. Let's go.
So you zoom off the
Roads.
starting line.
We're done. We don't need road.
Everyone else kind of rushes forward, but because you've gone up to like 40 miles an hour now, straight off the line.
I like to imagine that Cortez has just lowered himself onto the accelerator.
So because you're going 40 miles an hour, that means I get to roll 4 dice equal to your speed. And you, interestingly, every one that I roll is a point of damage to your car. At the moment, your car has 10 health, but it's just taken 2 points of damage. So because you've jumped off the start line so quickly, the truck was not expecting that and seems to judder like and yeah, it doesn't sound good. But you're off the starting line at least. Just ahead, which have suddenly appeared for no reason. Hang on, I need to draw it. I figured, I was thinking earlier, should I make all these things in advance or should I just draw them? And I figured it's more fun to draw them. So just in front of you now, there's 2 green trash bins, just like in the middle of the track like this. Just there. So, you don't know how you didn't see them before, but they're there.
With my tiny raccoon vision.
So Louis Hamill comes down this way. And then Mad Mac is kind of next to him. They're kind of scraping. Copperfield is about there, and Jane Bond is coming up on your left as well. She looks like she's eyeing up her buttons for something to press to maybe activate some kind of attack gadget or something. We'll see what happens in as we go forward. It's time for you to make another decision. So
Can I just quickly ask something?
Of course.
How are these large tanks of green chemical attached?
They are bolted to the floor.
Bolted?
Yeah, they're bolted down, and they've got like loads of pipes and stuff that kind of sprawl around the truck, but you can't really tell what they are and why.
Right.
This guy's a trucker, yeah?
He's a heavy
He's
trucker.
a trucker.
Yeah.
I presume looking around the cab there, I've got some little empty soda cans or something like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of trash in the truck. Yeah. If you weren't
All right.
distracted by the race, your raccoony eyes would be like popping out with how much trash there is. Interestingly, now that you've left the start line, the bleeding body of Trucker Man is just left in the dust. But blood has pooled under his legs, and he's given up shouting for help. He figures he's going to be there for the rest of his life. So, okay, you all need to make a decision on what you're doing.
Okay.
Next, ready? Okay.
Hang on, I just need to double check the rules. Yes.
Sorry, while Josh is just doing that, when we did the start, is there anyone around that I recognise? I'm furtively looking around for people. Or for somebody in particular.
Not currently, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm ready.
everyone ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3, go. Okay, so we'll do it in lowest to highest. So we've got a 2 and a 3, which means you carry on going straight. We've got two 6s, and you're going at 40 miles an hour, so you kind of smash into the back of that truck there. Jane Bond is not going as fast as you guys, so doesn't manage to keep up. These guys have kind of caught up speed now, and they're going about that as well. So Butternuts, what was your action?
I was going to try and, seeing as I'm such a dab hand mechanic, I was going to try and unscrew those bolts.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. Oh wait. Also, when I rolled for your speed, you guys got 2 cool points. So you've got 2 cool points as a group. You can spend them to do things. So you can spend one of your cool points to be able to instantly unscrew all of the screws and take one of those barrels out if you want to.
Would that not be very democratic? How do we work out who gets to use them?
Just go for it, pretty boy.
Right, I would like to use a cool point and unscrew all of the screws of the nuts and chuck a great big canister of liquid at that woman.
Okay, so yeah, I would say that would use both cool points to do that. If you want to
Oh,
do
I
that,
see.
you're welcome to do that.
I'll wait then. I'll use one of the cool points just to unscrew all those nuts.
Okay, cool. Dennis, what did you
Can I
want to do?
suggest? Sorry, Dennis.
Let me just have a little. Can I converse? Can I ask questions
of course.
with my colleagues just here? Butternuts, I was just wondering, is your intention then to throw the thing at the lady next to us? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. In which case, how far can I chuck a can?
Is that a hypothetical question? A philosophical sort of thing.
What, out the window or?
Oh yeah, out the window.
You would have to make.
I want to hit the cop car with a can right on the windshield. Boom, baby.
You would have to make a ferociousness check, but you could. Yeah, I'd say you could do it. Yeah.
Can I suggest? Could we use the other cool point as we've hit this dumpster to spin it round and hit it into what's her name's car next to us?
Oh,
I would approve of the use of that.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I like it. It's good.
Cool.
Me gusta.
That's not bad, yeah.
Okay, so Dennis, make a
And then you can do your
check.
thing with the
I got one success with the can chucking.
Out of how many dice?
Out of 2.
Okay, yeah. So you find an empty can, what looks to be some ridiculously high caffeinated energy drink, and
Can I find is there any full cans?
make a chutzpah check to look around.
2.
Yeah, you look in the glove box and you find a full can of this hideous energy drink stuff.
Yeah, that's what I want to chuck. Yeah, some weight
cool.
behind it to go through the window.
Yes. Oh, okay. So in which case, and you're throwing that at Copperfield, yeah?
At Copperfield.
Okay, cool. So you throw this like green, you throw the bright green neon can. Don't worry, everything's green. It just is. Throw it and it hits the windscreen. It doesn't go through the windscreen, but what it does is explode because obviously it's ridiculously pressurized, and it just covers her windscreen in like this really hideous orange fluid, and she kind of spins this way and keeps accelerating and smashes into that truck, the garbage can that's in front of you, sending the truck, hang on, there we go, she smashes into it and knocks it out of your path, so just as you're kind of about to hit it, you don't actually hit it because it's off the track, but she is careening towards where you guys are now. Did you use that second cool point? You didn't know because
No, we didn't know.
yeah, so
No,
you've still got that other cool point. If you wanted to use it to throw the barrel, you can.
Oh. Well, how does everybody feel about that? I'd just like to be holding the barrel and looking at everybody.
Perhaps we can leave it a few moments. We can wait.
Yeah, let's
I
hold
don't.
it for now.
I'll
Might
just
come in
stand there
handy.
holding it.
Okay, I'm gonna roll again for your end of round. Your truck is not doing well. Although it didn't hit the garbage thing, its gears are just grinding because you've accelerated so quickly, and you take another 2 points of damage, taking you down to 6. If your car gets to 0, then you won't be able to continue. You'll have to fix it. But you did also get 1 cool point from that, so you're now up to 2 cool points as a group. So these guys
From down on the accelerator, Cortez yells up, "We gotta change the gears. It's a manual."
So you guys zip forward here. The Jane Bond zips forward. Copperfield is now right next to you, but is course correcting. So although it looks like she's pointing directly at you, she is turning. So it's just the way it's displaying at the moment. There we go. And Jane Flash Jordan is just kind of. She tried to get off the line, but spun out completely, and she kind of somehow still manages to go forwards and smashes into the trash, and they are out of the race. Coming up ahead, which again for some reason you hadn't spotted until now, the river seems to narrow a little bit on both sides, leading to just an interestingly. Thin way for you to go through. You should be able to see that on the map now. I'm just going to colour that in so a bit more. Isn't it great? So the graphics on this game are incredible.
They are
Light years ahead of its time.
It was completely worth the 50 quid I spent.
Absolutely. So the path kind of narrows into this fissure there. Time to make another decision on what you guys want to do. Decide, and we'll show your dice. Let me know when you're ready.
Ready?
Oh, hang on a second. Let me think. Okay.
Ready?
Maybe.
Okay, 3.
Hang on. Does the big thing I'm holding in my hand count as an item or a miscellaneous item?
You would have had to have dropped the other 2 things you were holding to hold this barrel in both hands, but you could easily put it down and grab one of your other items again. They're in the truck with you.
All right. So this is an item scenario.
Well, you can do any of the other actions as well. You don't have to choose the item action.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. Everyone ready?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. What is that, Rhys?
That's a 5.
Oh, okay.
Got a pretty face on it.
Nice. So we've got a 1, a 2, and a 6. So the 1 is a break, so you're now down to 30 miles an hour rather than 40. I'm just going to put that on here as well.
I'll just speed us back up.
The 2 was a turn left, and the 6 was an action, and the 5 was an accelerate. So, yeah, you're back up to 40. Rather than 30, cancel each other out. The turn left, however, worked. So you kind of screen this way, and you've managed to. It's very fiddly controls, this thing. You just turn a little bit, and you seem to be going along the line of the narrowing. So that's good, probably. These controls. Copperfield is right on your tail. Jane Bond is right on his tail. These guys are just kind of. They've sped forwards to about there, let's say. And there we go. 6. What was your item action?
My item is a very large canister of green gas or liquid.
Okay. What do you want to do with it?
I'm going to throw it very hard at the policeman's bonnet.
This policeman's bonnet is already covered in energy drink, fizzing away on his screen. How he managed to correct his pace, I don't know, but there we go.
Well,
We do have a cool point as well, don't forget, guys.
You've got 2 cool points you can use.
Oh, do we?
Well. Yeah, because you got another one from going so fast.
Oh, nice.
So.
okay. Well, what do you guys reckon? Do you think I should go for Copperfield or the pink lady at the back?
I think go for Copperfield because hopefully you'll take them both out.
Well, yeah, all right. If I use a cool point, it might just work.
I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking this little racing car here is gonna get in our way.
Oh, you think I should lob it at him?
Yeah, perhaps.
I would say from where you are at the moment
I've
in the
got an
truck,
idea
you
about
can
that.
only throw it behind you. You wouldn't be able to throw it to the racing car at this stage.
The thing is, if I take out Copperfield, he'll probably take out the pink one as well.
Good thinking, Batman.
And what I can do next round is if I can use a cool point, I can throw my broom out the window into the car next to us. Try and hit him on the head.
That
do
could
that.
be nice.
Yeah, you
All
could
right,
do
yeah, I'm going to try.
Actually, no, if I can try and hook it into his steering wheel so he can't steer.
that. If you hook it, if your broom's magically long enough, you could steer for him, maybe.
Oh,
Okay, so are you using the
Oh,
cool
that's
point
next round.
to throw the...
Using a cool point
Okay.
to take out the cop car with the big can of whatever it is.
Okay, cool. So make a ferociousness check anyway, but your cool point counts as 1 success. So go for it.
So that's 2 with the cool point.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So somehow you managed to throw it round the side of the truck, hanging out, but because you spent your cool point, you definitely can. And you lob the barrel, and it hits the car straight on the hood. And the barrel, despite looking like really robust, is just seemingly made of very flimsy glass and cracks. And as it does, the front bonnet just melts in the corrosive fizzes, and smoke comes up, and Copperfield's car kind of flips like in the Matrix. For some reason, burning the engine has stopped it entirely, and it flips forwards. And as Jane Bond is still going quickly, she smashes into the back, and they're both just... Hang on, where is it? Just make this happen. Now on fire. There's a huge explosion, and the force of that makes your truck go 10 miles an hour faster. So you're now traveling at 50 miles an hour for some reason. And Copperfield's car stops dead. Jane Bond's car is smashed into the back of it. They seem to both be out of the race. And as these guys come forward, you guys move forward as well. I'm going to roll your dice. You're moving at 50 miles an hour, so actually you get further forward than they do. You take no damage, which is great, and you do also gain 4 more cool points. So you're now up to 5 cool points, so you can use them for whatever you like. And it's time to make another decision about what you'd like to do. So let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
This is a horrible mind-bending thing, because you gotta think about what other people are thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're kind of in the lead. We're going at about 50, did you say?
50 now, yeah.
Okay.
This truck's axles are screaming.
Is there an upper
maybe
limit
not.
for speed?
Is there what?
Is there an upper limit for speed?
It doesn't say there is one, no.
That sounds like a no to me.
But the more dice, the faster you're going, the more dice I roll, the more chance there is of damaging your car. So, and given that your car's on 6 health already compared to 10, so it's up to you. I just randomly remembered that I've got full control over these lights, so I can flash them in time with the music. It's great. Everyone ready with their decisions?
No, sorry.
No? Okay, that's fine. Take your time. Oh, I can change the colours as well.
So I think the minute we're too far away for me to get him with the broom. I'll hold that action then for when they're a bit closer. Yeah, go on then. Okay, yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. 5.
Ah, shit!
So you're now up to 80 miles an hour with all those accelerations. And
You crazy bunch of
someone
buggers.
wanted to use an item. Who was it?
Me.
Okay, what item did you want to use?
I'm just going to use a cool point again to hurl my lead pipe at the racer boy.
Okay, cool. That would take 3 cool points from where you are, because he's kind of to your left. You can't actually see him from the truck.
I'm happy to drain those cool points, seeing as we're about to go off a bloody cliff.
You've got them, so it's actually not a cliff. It's like really high walls. So yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
it
we're gonna wall
just
ride.
narrows. Yeah, you can wall ride. You can.
We
have
might
to.
need those cool
Yeah.
points.
So these guys here, you have moved forward a little bit. You could just about see him. You could throw the lead pipe, and it does hit the car, but because it's a severely reinforced titanium car, it doesn't actually appear to do any damage. But Louis Hamill just looks over at you like, and he just sees this huge raccoon who's just thrown a lead pipe at him.
Yeah.
And he kind of backs off a little bit, and although it looks like he's moving backwards, what that means is he's decelerating, so he's not going as fast as you guys. Obviously, you guys are going 80. So it's time to roll the dice and see what happens.
Uh-oh.
Have some of that.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're now up to 7 cool points with that. Because you got 5 cool points because you're going so fast. You also take 1 extra point of damage for some reason. As you scrape along the wall here, it kind of damages the truck a little bit. So your truck's about half damaged now, if there is such a way of measuring that in a car. Because you're going so fast at this point, you zoom over here. It looks like you've hit the wall, but you're just kind of alongside it. These guys are pulling up behind you, but they're not going as fast as you guys are. So it's time to make another decision. Ahead of you is this giant wall, and as you look ahead, where is the thing? I'm just gonna make something else a moment. So we've got this here and this here. There's some puddles of water on the track, it looks like, ahead. So yeah, everyone make a decision on what you want to do next.
Is there anything left in the back of this truck?
There's another barrel that you haven't emptied. There's loads of pipes, and then just like other boxes and like you find a couple of tools, but nothing particularly.
What's in the box?
In one of the boxes, you just find those packing peanuts, you know, that you get, the little polystyrene stuff. Not actual peanuts. Those. Not actual peanuts. They're just polystyrene like shapes. But you can eat some anyway. It doesn't taste particularly nice. But
I'll give it a nibble.
I'd still like to pretend to Rico that they are Paul scratching.
Could we try and throw the box of peanuts out of the car over Louis' helmet? Because obviously his head is exposed. We can get it over his head, then he won't be able to see where he's going. And then all we need to do is finish, because there's 2 cars left.
But these little packing peanuts are bloody tasty, and I could throw anything at him.
Whatever you're the one at the back. You know.
Okay, it's time to that's an option. You could do that if you want, but it's up to you. You get to decide individually what you want to do. So make your choices and let me know when you're ready.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. 3, and a 6. So we'll start with the 3 threes. That turns you very sharply, considering the speed that you're going this way. You avoid hitting the wall, which is great, but you kind of careen over to this side now. These guys move forward a little bit more. Keeping pace somehow, and we had a 6. So what was the other action?
I am going to do exactly what GoPro suggested.
You're going to throw the box.
I want to sort of sweep the box across the road so it creates a kind of a cloud of peanuts.
Okay, that would cost you 4 cool points to do, but we have to determine.
Seeing as these guys just accelerating and driving around all over the place.
We have to determine whether you can do that or not first. So, alacrity check, please.
Oh no. Do I get extra dice for the... No, I don't, do I?
No, not this one, sorry. It'll be a yes or a no type situation.
Alright. It's a no.
So you lift the box, but you get distracted because it has it says contains packing peanuts, and despite you knowing that doesn't actually mean food, the image of peanuts fills your head and distracts you completely, so you don't actually manage to make this move, unfortunately.
They're worth another try.
Just sat there staring at it, just slightly salivating in the back.
Like Pavlovian response to the word peanuts. So it's time to roll the dice for your speed. Going 80 miles an hour, that's 8 dice. Nice click clacks. You'll be pleased to know no damage at all. So you're down to 3. Oh no, you didn't use them, so you've got 7 cool points now. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more cool points, so you're now 11 cool points.
If we spend 10, can I summon a dragon to come down? Or
Final Fantasy, do your limit break.
So cool. It's up to you guys. What do you want to do next? You zoom forward this way because you're going 80 miles an hour. These guys have barely hobbling forward. They're now accelerating, but they're still tailing. Louis Hamill is obviously going a bit faster because he's got the downforce of his F1 style car, despite its ridiculously reinforced chassis. So it's time to make another decision. I think for these, if you just put a thumbs up when you're ready with your decision, then I'll know. That'll make sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still deciding. Sorry, guys.
It's okay. Take your time.
I know we don't all have the same music playing, but it's very good music.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Just waiting on the button nuts. You ready?
Okay.
Okay, cool. 1, 2, 3, go. What have we got? 2, 5, 1, and 2. So we've got 2 turn lefts. That's good.
Who's accelerating?
We got a 1 and a 5.
Well, I figured I figured somebody else would be doing the steering wheel. I'll keep my foot on I'll keep sitting on the accelerator.
So they cancel each other out.
Out.
There's no change in speed. You're both just pressing the pedals at the same time and just kind of looking at each other like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?"
I'm not pressing the pedals. I'm just sort of like jamming my weight down on the.
Yeah,
just kind of sat on the. On the steering wheel,
and you're still zooming at 80 miles an hour. So you're coming onto the edge of this puddle, which for some reason is on top of you guys. But there we go. And these guys are still following, trying as best they can to keep up. You're now still travelling at 80 miles an hour, so it's time to roll again. Some damage this time. There's 1 more point of damage on your car.
We are being punished for our hubris.
Not as many cool points either. You get 1 more cool point. So there's that. So you're now up to 12 cool points.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So that's it, really. Time to make another decision.
I don't know if I can. I'm going to ask this anyway. Are we able to repair the vehicle, while we're driving it?
Yeah, you could take a time out to repair the car. You'd have to spend cool points to do that, I would say.
Does the vehicle have to be stopped in order for the vehicle to be repaired?
No, you can absolutely make repairs on the run. Why not?
Okay.
So I would say for each moment of repair, while you're on the move, 1 point of repair costs 2 cool points. If you were stationary, it would be 1 for 1. But it's 1 for 2. I'm just adapting the game. There's nothing in the rules about that, but this works. You've got abundance of cool points. You might as well use them on something.
Yeah.
Everyone got a decision?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. In which case, 1, 2, 3, go.
Sorry.
6, 6, a 4, and a 4. Okay, nice. So we'll start with the 2 items. So Procyon, what would you want to do with your item?
What I'm going to try and do is, as we go forward through this puddle, leap up onto the window with my broom, and try and brush some of the water across the road and straight into Lewis's face.
Nice.
Okay, make an alacrity check for that, please.
Oh. Dear, this is going to be a tricky one. Yes, 2.
So, yeah, okay. So as you start to drive through this puddle, you sweep out the window with your broom, and it flicks a nice amount of water. You get the sense that when Louis Hamilton's car next moves forward, then
I'll spend a couple of cool points if I can, just to make sure that happens.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely happens, but yeah, you can spend the cool points to make sure. 10 cool points you guys have now. So the water is going to hit him in the face, basically.
Nice.
Butternuts, what's your action?
Yeah, I was gonna join Rico doing some repairs.
Okay, cool.
Because I'm a mechanic and I've got gaffer tape, so
you can use your gaffer tape to make repairs, and which means that 1 point of repair only costs you 1 because you are a mechanic, so you can do that. So you decide how much you at 4 health out of 10. You decide how many points you want to spend to repair.
I will spend. So it's 1 point apiece, is it?
Yeah, for you, yeah.
I'll go for 3 then.
Cool, so your car is now back up to 7 health, and you're down to 7 cool points. That's nice balance. Rico, what's your action?
Actually, I was going to use my my experienced driver training to maneuver the vehicle easily over the puddle. There's nothing worse than when a vehicle aquaplanes. You got to have the right sort of spin on the wheel.
Cool, yeah, that does...
You got to sort of steer into it,
That does tie into your background, so make a chutzpah check with 1 extra dice to that.
Oh, diggity damn. 1, 2, 3 successes.
Nice. So yeah, you're going to manage to do that. You gather the sense that whatever happens when you go into the puddle, you were not going to aquaplane. And Dennis, what was your action?
I wanted to press my little raccoon nipples up against the glass to distract the other drivers.
What of your window?
Oh yeah, up against the side window.
So
Please tell me you're wearing the trench coat as well, so you can just go. So you can properly flash them.
And I'll take my little disguise off as I do it. Seductively remove it.
Joke's on you, I'm not a real trucker.
So Louis is, as he's driving, gets hit in the face with his water and looks over and just sees a pair of raccoon nipples just on the window there.
Is it a pair or is it 3 pairs?
Oh yeah, it would be. Yeah. 3 pairs of nipples just pressed against the glass like this. Phrases you didn't expect to have to say.
I just want to twiddle one of them. Just twiddle it a little.
Okay. So Louis gets hit by this water and for some reason swerves left as he does, and then Mad Mac is driving forward. He sees Louis swerve and just kind of shuffles to the left a little bit, and just kind of ends up right next to him basically. You guys are still going 80, so you plow through the puddle, behind the puddle for some reason, and I'm going to roll your
Expertly.
your speed dice.
Did how much did we manage to repair on the truck?
So you're now up to 7 health on the truck, which is cool.
Okay.
You managed to repair 3, and you didn't take any damage going through the puddle, but you didn't get any other cool points either. So that's equal amounts. So as this happens, Louis is in the other puddle. Mac slams into him, which causes them both to. Oh, hang on. I just need to get rid of move that over there, so I can just select them. Slams them down. I'll just use water bending. Move it back, and so that Mac actually slams them further forward. So they're now grinding, sparks flying everywhere, but they're still going. And you guys shoot forward this way. Time to make another decision, as these guys are kind of. Let me just get Louis in the right place. There. To about there now because of the way Mac slammed into them. Another decision time, guys. So thumbs up when you're ready. Cool. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. 5, and 6. Okay. So you're now up
All we
to
will do is win.
130 miles an hour, which is very dangerous.
You guys don't
The whole
want to
thing
see
is
my
shaking
cheeks
apart.
right now.
130? No, 110 isn't it? Not 130. Sorry. 110. 11 dice for me to roll and see how damaged you get. Lucky I've got loads. And who rolled the 6? Who put the 6? What action did you want to take?
Just unscrewing some more nuts.
Okay, yeah, you can unscrew the nuts. Do you want to spend any cool points to be able to instantly do it, or do you want to have a roll at doing it? You're going to have a roll at doing it, so make a... where are we at? What am I looking at? It would be a... It's a ferociousness check, and you get an extra dice because it relates to your story.
Mechanic.
Yeah.
It was just seeing him twiddling his nipples just got me going. I had to twiddle it down. Oh, it's just the one success.
Okay, so you do get the nuts undone, but it takes you a while. But yeah, you manage it. It's fine. Okay, and the truck lurches forward with this new burst of speed. These guys crash through the puddle, but the truck is just much further forward. Ahead of you now, and I love it so much. So for the viewers watching, I reached out to the creators of this game, the creator of this game, Grant Howitt, for a suggestion for an obstacle, and I wasn't expecting him to reply at all, but I certainly wasn't expecting him to reply with what he replied with. So I'm just going to draw it before I explain what it is, because I feel like the explanation is not going to match the drawing, but we'll see. So here. Let's say here. A big one there. No. And a big one there. And then
Space
God,
Invader.
it's a chromosome.
Good. Judging table here.
A what?
So,
A what?
So
Are we on Bake Off?
So, before you, as you can now see coming up on you guys, loads of tables laid out with displays, and the block colours of those, the edges of the colours of the table, the block colours of the middle is what they're displaying. You see displays of like, there's no other way to put it. There's cured meat, like lining all of the tables. There's sculptures made out of meat. There's giant posh looking Iberico ham. There is meticulously carved rolls of salami, and basically as you look right down, I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen, you can't see me pointing, but down the end there's a series of people sat, and they look to be judging various plates of cold meats. It looks like you've arrived at and this is no joke, this is what he wrote, a ham exhibition.
Yeah, you've always got quite the imagination there.
I love it
Cortez
so
and
much.
Butternuts are in trouble.
Butternuts is very pleased.
It's perfectly fitting. So there's all those tables, lots of people sampling ham, and lots of ham everywhere. So it's time to make a decision, you guys, what you want to do as you come caroming towards this. I'm going to get rid of this first puddle because they're through it now.
Is there a hatch in the roof of the van?
There is, yes.
So does somebody want to get up in the hatch? We'll drive through the table, and as everything goes up in the air, we'll grab some of the meat as we go underneath it, and then we can all have a nice feast as we drive it.
Well, basically, the back of our truck is a huge, great big shovel, isn't it?
Time to make a decision on what you guys want to do.
In fact,
Yeah, I've made a decision. I have made my decision.
Everyone ready?
No, sorry.
That's okay. No one really knows why they've set up a ham exhibition in what was clearly going to be a racetrack, but it's happening.
Clearly, it's a back alley ham exhibition.
Yeah, it's got a very flea market vibe to it. Yeah. People scrambling.
An illegal ham exhibition.
It's for those people who love that street ham.
Street ham.
Hey mate, you got any salami?
Okay, so I'm good.
Okay, here we go. One,
Here we go.
2, 3, go. 6, 6, 6, and a 2. So the 2 is a turn left. We'll take that. Nice. So as you're screaming forward, you barely miss that first ham truck. It looks like you've hit it, but you haven't. These guys come forwards.
I just thought if we were on that side, then you can scream it as we go past.
Yeah, nice. Let's go with Dennis for your action first.
I'm gonna ask one of the race marshals there what the hell they're playing at, and ask them, politely of course, to remove one of the stands that's obstructing the race.
So these marshals who are guarding the ham exhibition just look round and see this this raccoon leaning out the window and just like gibbering nonsense at them, and they don't understand raccoon, unfortunately. But your screaming has made them look round, and now they start to scatter, and they can see that you're heading for that first table. So actually they do move it out of the way, taking all the ham with them. So although what you said didn't translate, you got the desired effect. Butternuts, what's your action?
Well, I was going to have a look out for what looked like the absolute choicest piece of ham on the table.
So that would be over here, that really, really fancy Iberico that's hanging like down there.
I see, it's on the other side.
Yeah, so this table that you're passing has a really ornate sculpture of a ham dragon, and it just kind of spitting out appropriate sauce that goes with ham. Mustard. There's some sort of internal piping system that's making it spew mustard.
I want that.
So you can reach down and grab that, as you pass. Yeah, that's your action.
Yeah, I'm going to go for that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Is it English mustard?
I bloody hope so. None of that New York deli style.
Rico, what was your action?
I don't want any of that fake American crap.
I wanted to hang out the window and just like grab a fistful of ham. just like literally just like maybe the window, I undo it, I latch my feet into the little handle like on the inside of the door, and just like lean my entire corpulent form out.
So basically,
just
as
grasping
this
at
truck
porcine
passes,
delight.
There's these two raccoons just hanging out trying to grab whatever ham they can. The ham dragon is just whipped asunder, and you manage to somehow get it into the van, and because two of you are doing it, you appropriate this dragon, and somehow all of the plumbing system with it, and it's still spewing mustard, so you've got a delicious source of meats now.
Can I use a cool point to aim the mustard stream out the other window?
It's not like spitting, it's dribbling.
I thought it was just like a
it's a slow dribble, but you get the impression that it has some sort of mustard tank that if you squeezed it possibly could like fire out rather than just a dribble, which you could attempt to do at some point, depending on what decisions you make. So you swoosh forward that way, traveling 110. These guys are catching up. They're accelerating all the time you're accelerating, but they're never going to keep up with that speed. It's time to make
momentum.
Yeah, exactly, and it's like a massive truck as well, just barreling forward. You are heading for the Iberico ham table at this present vector. Butternuts is just dribbling constantly. There's the aroma of ham is everywhere. There's a strong smell of mustard in the truck cab now because of all the mustard that's dribbling out. And it's time to make your decision. So let me know when you're ready. Oh wait, no, hang on. I didn't roll the dice. Nearly got away with it there. There's some damage there. But also some cool points, so you're back up to 9 cool points now. You take 1 damage from that because you glanced the ham table. So, everyone made a decision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. 1, 2, 3, go. 3, 4, and a 6. So we've got 2 turns right. So that takes you about to level. So you get to about there as you turn. A 4 was a use item. So what item did you want to use?
Well, I want to use my broom again, as it's the only item I've got left. I'm going to stick the head of the ham dragon on the end of my broom and stick it out the window to intimidate the competition.
Nice. Make a ferociousness check.
Do I get a bonus for ham-related products?
Yeah, you can have a bonus dice because you've got the head of a ham dragon.
Do I get advantage for ham?
2 successes.
Yeah, so you spear the dragon's head on the broom and rave it out the window. Because it had like some leftover mustard in there, it does look like pretty intimidating. It's like it's bleeding mustard, bleeding yellow mustard now. So yeah, that's fine. And 6, what was the action?
I assumed I had the access to the dragon, but maybe I don't. But can I?
Everyone has access to the dragon. It's there, so yeah.
What I was going to do was use my superior rotundity to activate the mustard cannon.
It's out the window!
While it's out the window
yeah.
pointing at him.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can squeeze the mustard tank, spraying a where is it? Hold on.
Teamwork, man.
Precisely.
There's now a large slick of like yellow mustard there.
Nice.
As you
It's
zip
almost as
forward,
if you had that ready.
as you zip forward, and then these cars come forward and kind of spin a little bit in the mustard, but they make it through. They're on your tail. This music is so not appropriate. But there we go. Okay, and
It can't have been English mustard, or it would have burned their
yeah,
engine.
it was cheap American mustard, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's that American that is it Frank's mustard?
Frank's mustard, yeah.
Like,
Okay, it's time
septic yellow.
Oof, that's a lot of damage. 3 points of damage on your truck now, as it kind of wrenches the wheel. Because you're going so fast, you wrench the wheel around. It does more damage somehow. You do get 2 more cool points though, so you're back up to 11 cool points on that front. Right, so you zip forward practically on top of the judges' table now. They've all scuppered, and it's just the table in front of you, but it's a like ornate red velvet tablecloth that's draped over it.
So we've completely missed the mega ham.
Yeah, the mega ham is now on its way past you on the backside. Yeah.
Let it go, lads. Let it go.
Just think of all the ham we can buy when we win.
Okay, time to make another decision. Let me know when you're ready.
What is on the judgment table then? Is it just the
There's
table?
plates of ham and score
More ham.
sheets and stuff, but there is more ham. Because you are such a connoisseur of ham, you recognise that some of the ham on the plates is indeed that very same Iberico ham. So you recognise the quality that's on offer there.
All is not lost.
Yeah, the opportunity is still there. So it's action time, guys. What do you want to do? Everyone ready? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, go. 6, 6, 6, and was that 5, Josh?
It's a 5, yeah, sorry. It's focus.
So 5, you go up to 120 miles an hour now.
Faster than the DeLorean ever went.
Ready to smash into this table. Okay, and Procyon, what was your action?
Grab ham.
Grab ham. Butternuts?
I'm going to use some of the piping in the back of the truck
Yeah.
to suck ham.
Suck ham. Dennis?
I knew you might like that.
I want to fix it.
You want
I
to
want
fix?
to
Okay,
fix our
cool.
little truck here.
Cool. How many points do you want to fix it by? Because you're at 3 health. At this speed, each one's going to cost you 2 cool points. You've got 11.
I want to use 6 cool points.
Cool. So you're back up to 6 health. Yeah, that's good.
Nice.
And that takes you down to 5 cool points total.
Could I use a cool point
Yeah.
to maneuver the truck in a way that the tablecloth becomes like a cape?
Shit,
Yes,
Dan.
you definitely can. So you do it like a swipe, and the tablecloth. While you're grabbing the ham and sucking the ham out, it's in the air, and the cloth just kind of envelops the truck. Somehow, this table, which is seemingly 7 times wider than this massive truck,
It's a bloody huge table.
It's a huge table. It's a medieval banqueting table of judging of ham, and the ham's flying everywhere, plopping down on the ground. You all get ham. Like ham flies into the windows of the truck. Butternuts, you manage to suck up all of the Iberico, and Procyon, you grab what looks really nice, thick, chunky bits of ham. And
And I'll be thinking at the same time, if we win this and we have to do another one, on the side of the truck we should just have spray painted "Home of Ham."
yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
Sorry, that's
I'm
So,
home.
I'm gonna
I'm
roll. Where we go? 12 dice now because you're going 120 miles an hour. One more point of damage there. Surprisingly, out of that many dice, so you're down to half damage again. And you zip forward. The tablecloth wrapped around you now, trailing behind you. I'm just going to get rid of the.
So, lads, I'm assuming that now that we've got a cape, if we go fast enough, we can fly.
Well, I'm hoping for something that we can turn into a ramp at least.
Wow. It's funny you should say that because now looking ahead of you,
Bakery.
you can see this
Ham cake.
The Taco Expo.
This what looks to be like a white jump, which will take you over the finish line, and then but before that, there is also like in true Starsky and Hutch style, just loads of badly drawn cardboard boxes. Like they should all be squares, but they're not. They're just like stacked in such a way that you would have to smash through them. But you can see the ramp just beyond them. So yeah, your competitors have literally floored it and are right behind you now, travelling seemingly the same speed, which for convenient story purposes, they are right behind you on either side. They've given up their into combat and they're just targeting you guys. So they've caught up. It's time for you to decide what you're going to do next with an action, or sorry, with your dice. Decide what you'd like to do. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready.
The cape, is it an item? Like the truck cape?
It's not an item, but you can do an action with it if you want.
Okay.
Yeah. I would draw it on, but I don't have the.
No, that's fine.
Edit the tokens.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Just
everyone ready?
one last question there.
Go for it. Yeah.
So, to win, the truck has to. We don't all need to be in the cab. We'd win if the truck passes the finish line before the other two.
It's top two who go through, so you don't even need to win, but you are winning currently.
Okay.
Okay, everyone ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Got a 6, a 5, a 6, and a 5. Just two accelerations. You're up to 140 miles an hour. This is crazy. 140.
This truck is going stupid fast.
It's heading towards the cardboard boxes. That does leave them to trailing a bit behind. We had 2 actions as well. Who's with the actions? Rico, you can go first.
I would like to use my action to liberate the cape, to flop on top of Mad Mac.
Cool. So as you lean out the window and unclip the cape, I'm going to say you spend 2 cool points doing that because it's very dangerous at 140 miles an hour.
It is very dangerous. There's a lot of fluttering about.
So you manage to unhook the cape that you was just hooked there, and it does fly down and hits Mad Mac on the windscreen. He doesn't seem to falter or anything like that. You remember from the backstory that he's a crazy motherfucker, so it seems like he's willing to drive blind. But he is blinded because that tablecloth is now wrapped all the way around his windscreen and all of his side windows, and he can't see anything. But there's no slowing down at this moment in time. Who had the other action? Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna the large can of melting gas or whatever it was.
Yeah.
I'd like to take Hamilton out of the scenario.
Okay, nice. So,
I respect the blind guy.
make a ferociousness check.
Okay. Two successes.
Nice. So you throw this other barrel of acid, and it hits the car square on its chassis. It explodes and showers acid everywhere, but the car doesn't seem to be affected because of its ridiculously reinforced titanium chassis that was mentioned also in the backstory. But what does happen is the acid splashes into the face of Louis. He's so overweight. He weighs a ton. Louis Hamilton. And
I'm smiling.
So bad.
And the acid just splashes him in the face, and there's screams of pain as he melts. And just before the F1 style car flips randomly out of the race, you just see this like horrible skeleton and like melted flesh, and he's croons down there, and it explodes. Some of these boxes, in fact, ridiculously quickly for how fast everything is going. All of the boxes are now on fire because there was an explosion next to them, and they seem to all be coated in kerosene for some reason. So, so the two cars just rushing forward. You haven't hit the boxes yet, but it's time for me to roll 14 dice to see how well you do.
How about that? I forgot about that.
Probably lucky you let go of that cape, bearing in mind we're about to go for the higher score.
There's 3 damage to your truck, takes you down to 2. It's literally grinding, but you're still going 140 miles an hour. Mad Mac is still going ridiculous.
I have a question. Wasn't it a nitrous oxide in the back of the truck there?
It was barrels of acid, seemingly acid, able to melt cars. Yeah, but they've both been used. Yeah.
So where the hell's the nitrous?
That's fine.
There's got to be someone in here somewhere.
Well, I'm thinking if it's in the truck, I don't really want to be driving through flames.
Maybe he's inflated his wheels with laughing gas.
Thinking back to the backstory, he had bought stocks in the factory. It doesn't necessarily mean that he had any on his truck, but...
Blooming, eh?
It's time for you to make another action, possibly what could be the last action of this race. What would you like to do? Give me a thumbs up when you're ready.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone ready? Cool. 1, 2, 3, go. We've got a 6, a 6, a 4, and is that a 1?
That's a 1.
It's a 1. Okay, so it's a break.
Traitor.
Takes you down to 130 miles an hour.
Hey, it's top 2, baby. We're already winning.
Who had the 4?
The 4, yeah, was going to be a mechanic check.
Oh, to fix the...
Yeah, with Gaffer.
Okay, yeah, so you've got 2 cool points left at this stage, so you can fix it too.
Do I get to add to that with a check or not?
Yeah, make a... where are you? Hang on. Make a rotundity check with 1 extra dice because it's your backstory as a mechanic.
Because I'm large.
So you get 2 automatically from the cool points.
3.
Okay, you get 3 more. Nice.
About time I rolled. Nice.
So this gaffer tape, just before you hit these flaming boxes, Butternuts with surprising speed just gaffer tapes fucking everything, and the truck is instantly improved somehow in health.
Just ham plastered to the wall.
Yeah, ham, just like skin grafts.
Grim.
Who had the 6s? Let's go with Procyon first then.
I'm gonna have a look in the glove compartment.
Okay.
In the glove box.
Are you looking
See if
for
there's a little canister of nitrous oxide in the glove box.
Okay, so as you're looking inside, there is what appears to be a small sample bottle of nitrous oxide for some reason. It's just like a little bit. So you have that now. You can use that later.
I'll chuck it to Butternut. He's the mechanic. He might be able to do something with it.
Cool.
Just throw it through the back.
Rico, what did you want to do?
I wanted to try and fix some things, but we've not got any cool points left.
You can try and do that if you make a rotundity check.
Oh Lord, he coming.
you need 2 successes per amount of truck fixed.
So we're up to 7 at the minute, though, aren't we?
7 now, yeah.
Do I get anything extra for my background?
Yeah, have one extra. Does it tie in? I can't remember all the detail of yours was the longest backstory.
It was a long backstory. No, he's not so much about the fixing of them. He just flogs them.
Yeah.
All right, so I won't have one. I just thought I'd try my luck, really. Here we go.
Said
That
any
is-
RPG player ever.
That is 2 successes.
2 successes,
So-
yeah, so 1 more point of healing on this truck. Cool. As you're both going 130 miles an hour, Mad Mac is obscured by this velvet cape. You smash through the boxes. As you do, flaming boxes go everywhere, and the velvet tablecloth, despite being like safety rated, catches fire. This is the late 80s after all. It's not, safety wasn't as good back then, and you should be going over the ramp, but because it's over everything, hang on, let me see if I can set it to the
Going under it.
to the back. There we go.
So hang on, what's on fire?
I'll just move the ramp. Hang on.
The truck on fire.
The truck is not on fire. Mad Mac's velvet cape is on fire. The truck is
He's
fine.
on fire. That's good.
Smashed
news, yeah.
through the boxes. Doesn't appear to take any damage at all. You both ascend the ramp and leap in a spectacular jump over the finish line and finish. That's 2 races there. So that's the end of the race. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick let's take a 10-minute break, and then we can come back, and that'll allow me to set some things up.
Okay.
Good victory, lads.
Time to pop
done,
up
guys.
for a handbrake.
Handbrake, yeah.
We've got a lot of ham to get through now.
And it's all been flame grilled now as well.
Goulet.
See you guys in a bit.
If it is still recording, and you enjoy listening to very British tabletop shenanigans, make sure you go give Dyson a slice a follow. It's a podcast, it's British, it's D&D. Oh, hi Aaron.
And that's where we end. So tune in for episode 3 next Friday as we return to the raccoons just after they win the race, and we discover what they do next, involving improving their truck. If you like this video, click like. If you have any feedback, click comment, subscribe, all that jazz. You know, the YouTuber stick. Do all of it. If you really enjoyed this video, then why not share it with your friends and see if they'll really enjoy it as well. Or you could share with them episode 1, and then they can get through to episode 2, and maybe they'll fall in love and want to see episode 3. It gets weirder. It definitely gets weirder. So I'll see you next time for episode 3. Bye!